Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss on discriminant. You remember the term discriminant? All of you? Okay. So what is the term discriminant that we are going to discuss? If a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, we have known that x equals to minus b plus minus root over of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this b square minus 4ac is known as discriminant. As this is under root, so this plays an important role here. What are the three roles it can play? It can be less than 0, it can be equals to 0, or it can be greater than 0. When it is less than 0, that time we are getting some negative number under root, right? Hence the root will be imaginary. If this is equals to 0, what will happen? Let me give you one example. If I ask you solve this quadratic equation, you can see, okay sir, this is x minus 2 whole square, this is equals to 0, so x minus 2 equals to 0, hence x equals to 2. This is the common mistake you guys make. Now this was a quadratic equation. So if you solve the quadratic equation, you must get two values, but you are writing one value. The mistake you are making in this line, from this line you are supposed to write x minus 2 into x minus 2 equals to 0, hence values of x will become 2, 2. Why we are getting this kind of thing? Because if you will check b square minus 4ac, if I just equate this with ax square plus bx plus c, a will be 1, b is minus 4 and c is 4. So b square minus 4ac for this sum will be 16 minus 16, which is equals to 0. As b square minus 4ac is coming 0, so we are getting equal roots. So roots are equal. Later with video, with graph, I am going to discuss this thing more. So if this is equals to 0, then roots are equal. If this is greater than 0, we can have two cases. If it is square root of some positive number, we can have two cases. My first case is if this is a perfect square. So we know what is square root of perfect square number. Square root of perfect square number, that is rational number, right? And what is square root of non-perfect square number? Square root of non-perfect square number is irrational number. So if this is greater than 0, that time we will get these things. Now three cases we have to remember. First case is that this cases roots are real roots. Also this cases roots are real roots. This is the only case where the roots are not real. This case where roots are equal, other both the cases we are going to get distinct root. So distinct root condition is not equals to 0. Distinct root condition is not greater than 0. If it is less than 0, still the roots are distinct. I am going to solve some more problem in my next video. Right now what I am going to do, after this, another theory part of quadratic equation, that is quadratic function. We know that y equals, if I take y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. Previously, for quadratic equation, it was ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Hence I solved it. Similarly, if I am taking y equals to this now, so dividing by a, same thing what we had done in the last video, still I am showing you all the steps, is this. So y divided by a will be equals to x square plus 2 into x into b divided by 2a plus b divided by 2a whole square minus b divided by 2a whole square plus c divided by a. Is it fine? Right now I am just going to discuss theory part throughout this video, plus anytime any problem you have, please write in the comment box so that I can solve it for you. So from the first three terms I can do it. From the last two terms, if I take minus common and 4a square, it will be b square minus 4ac. Is it fine? So y equals to a into x plus b by 2a whole square minus, if I multiply this by a, it will be b square minus 4ac divided by 4a square, right? So if I cancel out this a now, it will become 4a, right? And if I take this term over this side, so can we write y plus b square minus 4ac divided by 4a equals to a into x plus b by 2 a whole square. So this is the concept of quadratic function. We are going to discuss the nature of this quadratic function for 3 cases. Some portion I am going to discuss right now and some will be in the next video. So first case, that is, we are going to discuss 3 cases. First case is for a greater than 0, and second case is for a less than 0, and third case is for a equals to 0. So for the first case, if a is greater than 0, do you agree that x plus b by 2 a whole square, it's a perfect square term, always greater than equals to 0. So the perfect square term can be 0 or a positive number, and in the first case a is greater than 0. So if I multiply these two, what I am getting? I am getting the product of 0 and positive number or positive number and positive number. Just check. If I take this greater than 0 and only greater than 0, then I am getting positive number. And if I am taking greater than 0 and equals to 0, then I am getting equals to 0. So if I take out the product of this will be greater than equals to 0, right? For a greater than equals to 0. So y plus, this was b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac divided by 4a, that will be greater than equals to 0. So y greater than equals to 4ac minus b square divided by 4a. I am taking this term in the right hand side, it will become minus, and I am absorbing the minus inside, right? So first case, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, b square minus 4ac greater than 0, that means that 4ac minus b square, that is less than 0. We know inequality problem, but I know my a is greater than 0. As a is greater than 0, so what I am doing, I am dividing one negative term and one positive term. So if I will divide one negative term and positive term, I am going to get a negative term. So this case 4ac minus b square divided by 4a is a negative term, right? So for the first case, can we write that y is greater than equals to one negative term? Is it fine? Next case, if my b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, b square minus 4ac equals to 0 means 4ac minus b square, that is also equals to 0, correct? And a is greater than 0. So if I will divide this to 4ac minus b square divided by 4a, that will be equals to 0, because in numerator only we have 0. So from here, can we write y greater than equals to 0, because the value this thing is coming equals to 0. And my last question over here, if my b square minus 4ac is less than 0, b square minus 4ac less than 0 means 4ac minus b square is greater than 0, and 4ac minus b square greater than 0, a greater than 0. So if I will divide that 4ac minus b square divided by 4a, that will be greater than 0. So for this calculation, my y will be greater than 0. And there it will be y greater than equals to 0, this is y greater than equals to 0. Not y greater than equals to 0, here it will be y greater than equals to one positive number, right? So y greater than equals to one positive number, this is the calculation here. So now, if I will try to draw the graph of the first one I said that graph is y less than greater than equals to some negative number, that means y will reach some negative number, then the graph will tend. How I know that this graph will be like this? There is hint to draw the graph of quadratic, you will get it. So if y is greater than equals to 0 only, graph will come like this and it will return like this. And y is greater than equals to some positive number, graph will be like this. So for the first case, graph is beating x-axis at 2 points, and those two will be my solution. Second case, it's coming here and it's returning from there. So that's why you are getting equal roots, because graph is taking a turn at that point. And the third case, graph is not beating the x-axis, that's why the roots are imaginary. So if I will just separate the cases, this is the case where b square minus 4ac greater than 0. This is the case b square minus 4ac equals to 0. This is the case where it is less than 0. I am going to discuss the graph of quadratic and more in my next video. For this time, just write the comment. Thank you.